Hi there everybody, this is David, and I've been keeping something from y'all. About a month ago or so, I got a chance to fly out to LA and play Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and boy oh boy, it was really freaking good. I got about like an hour and a half or so with it, and man, I cannot wait to tell you all about everything that I got to see and do there because it was just freaking amazing. I remember playing this game back when I was in college. It came out in 2000. That's the year that I graduated high school, and I played it at the dorm in college. I loved it, and everybody in Japan loved it too. It was actually the #1 best-selling game on the PlayStation. It sold better than Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Ratchet & Clank, Tomb Raider, all those. Little Dragon Quest VII, which over here barely seemed to make a splash, sold the best on the PlayStation 1 in Japan. So yeah, I also remember what people used to say about it back when it first was released. It's slow, it's boring, it looks like an SNES game, you know, the introduction takes forever. And as far as those criticisms are concerned, yeah, it was slow, and yeah, it did look like an SNES game, which to me is great because I love SNES games, and yeah, the introduction did take forever. But this reimagining fixes all that. And now I do want to tell you all about that, and I definitely do think that that's worth a sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. Your sub, your like, and your hype helps me out a ton, folks. You have no idea. Thank you all so much. So I get to play two different scenarios, Hymelia and Emberdale, and Hymelia is much later on in the game. It involves Grat Ghosts and everything. At that point you have your job classes, you have moonlighting, you have a 4-person party. Emberdale though, that's the one with the volcano erupting and all that, and that one is much earlier in the game. And of course I did go off the beaten track as I always do, and now let me just tell you all about it. In Emberdale, if you recall the first time around, it was kind of a notorious maze. It was a huge maze, and you were kind of timed because every time that you went up a stairwell, somebody threw a torch inside the caldera, and if everybody threw their torch in by the time before you got down to the boss, you got a game over. The volcano exploded. So yeah, they've kind of alleviated that this time around because now there are signs everywhere, making it so much nicer this time around than in the original. And as far as the storyline is concerned, the general gist is that like the whole world is flooded, the continents are lost, so you have to go back to the past to see what happened and restore those lost lands back to their former glory and then bring them back to the present. So there is an element of time travel here in Dragon Quest, which is really neat. There's also a job system, there's a traditional world map, there's turn-based combat, there's overworld on-screen encounters. All encounters are on screen, they are no longer random, and I love this. There are earthbound type encounters where if you get into an encounter with like a slime or something and you're like level 40, you just kill it automatically right there on the screen, kills instantly. It is great. Also, let me go ahead and address some rumors and early reports about the game too, because I know that a lot of you, just for whatever reason, every single time that a new game comes out or a remaster comes out, everybody screams censorship, even if they have no proof whatsoever of any censorship. But I went around and I found Puff people. I went around and I found a lecherous old man who wanted to become a bunny girl with his job class changing. So yeah, I don't think that there's any censorship, so people can shut up about that. So, and also in regards to the removed scenarios, yeah, they did remove 3 of them. I did get confirmation on that. They did remove 3 of them. However, I was also assured by the representatives at Square Enix that not only did they, it was kind of like a remove and replace. They removed those, but they replaced them with different scenarios that have much more to do with the storyline, and they added even more. So there's more content this time around, and that additional content is much more pertinent to the story because let's be real, a lot of the scenarios were just filler. Another cool thing is that they added base vocations for each character, unique job classes that only those basic characters can get. So there's a unique job class for the hero, for Ruff, for Maribel, for Kiefer, for all of them. So it also kind of makes you feel like the first portion of the game just isn't wasted time. And also, once you do get access to the job class system, you don't have to go all the way back to Dharma Temple in order to change your jobs. You can change them at any time you want to. You just hold down the down button, and then boom, you can change your jobs. It's like changing a job in Final Fantasy V. You can just do it straight from the menu, essentially. With moonlighting, you can have 2 jobs equipped at once, and you can choose which vocational perk you want from those 2 jobs. Vocational perk is essentially kind of like a limit break, and they activate kind of randomly in battle, like a wizard will get the more critical hits with their spells or whatever, but you can also choose when to let them loose, so they can activate, but they don't like take the place of your command, and you can save them for major boss fights if you want to, which is really nice. And if you have like a mage and a priest job equipped, you have to choose which vocational perk you want. Do you want the mage perk or do you want the priest perk? So you can kind of, customize your characters to your liking. I wasn't able to master any jobs or anything in an hour and a half with the game, but my understanding is that you only have the abilities from the jobs that you currently have equipped. The job, your main job, and the moonlighting job. And mastering those jobs doesn't like lock those skills in with your character permanently, but mastering those jobs will allow you to move on to the more advanced job classes. And there are 10 beginning job classes, 7 intermediate, and 3 advanced job classes, and in the menu, it tells you exactly how to advance on to those better job classes. The battle system is so much faster, and back in the day, y'all remember this, you had to, in order to advance your job classes, you had to fight a certain number of battles and then you advanced. You didn't get like job points, but now you do. You gain vocational points after each battle. So it's much more akin to something like Final Fantasy V or Final Fantasy Tactics. It's not a set number of battles to increase your jobs. If you fight harder battles, then you'll get more job points, so then your jobs will advance faster, which is so much nice. Also, it shows you what monsters are like weak against or something, or if it doesn't work on them at all. So if you're fighting a boss and you want to use something like Fizzle or Dazzle on them, if they're immune to it, there'll just be an X right there. So you know you don't have to use it, you know that it won't work. If they're weak to it though, there'll be a thumbs up. If they're not weak to it, there'll be a thumbs down. So it's very simplistic. It really shows you exactly what they are weak against, what abilities that you should use against them. Also, the difficulty is super adjustable. It isn't just like easy, normal, hard. You actually adjust everything individually. Like you can adjust if you deal more or less damage to monsters. You can adjust if you gain more or less experience or gold or vocational points, or even if you have to fight stronger or weaker monsters. You can adjust whether you have these monsters attack you in the field or if they leave you alone in the field. You can even adjust whether you restore all your HP after combat or not. So you can really make the game as easy or as hard as you want to. It is completely up to you. And a great thing for me, because I'm old and I have the memory of a fruit fly, whenever you load up a game or you load up a save, there's like a little reminder of what happened last time. So that really helps out, especially because, the game is so freaking long. My save on the original one, I think I showed y'all, was like 150 something hours. Like, it's ridiculous. They did say that Monster Hearts were taken out as far as job classes are concerned, but they're still in the game. They're still available, but they work as accessories, not really as job classes. And they do special things during battle, like the Golem Heart will allow you to survive a fatal blow with 1 HP remaining, or the Healer Slime, like the Heal Slime or whatever, that will put like a regeneration ability on your character, restoring 10 HP per round, which is really nice. And just like in Dragon Quest VIII, whenever you attack with a staff, you'll restore some MP, so your wizards aren't, kind of gimped by having to cast spells and run out of their MP or anything else like that. There are sparkles on the world map, just like in the HD 2D remakes, but there aren't any hidden areas. There's no like hidden area that you can go into, like in the HD 2D remakes, just the sparkles. There's a mini map, there's a larger map, you can zoom to travel anywhere, and shards are indicated on the mini map and the larger map as well. So if you missed a shard or you don't know where they are, you can just look at your maps and it will show you exactly where they are. Party chat is still here. It has been kept intact. Whenever you're out in the world map or you're in town, you can just hit the circle button and you can talk and chat with all your party members in order to hear what they have to say, just like in the original version of the game. I do love that. Something that I did notice though, especially after playing Dragon Quest II Remake, like In every single cutscene in Dragon Quest II, everybody spoke. Everybody was talking to one another except for the Prince of Middenhall because they made him silent. But anyway, here in Dragon Quest VII, that's kind of been cut. I feel like every event that, at least that I saw, the NPCs just talk to you. They just like blab at you, and your characters are kind of like, sure. They just kind of smile and nod. That to me is unfortunate. I wish that it was more like conversations to be had between them. But again, there is the party chat. So yeah, there's just tons of quality of life improvements. This really does seem to be the definitive version. I saw that there was English or Japanese voice acting. Like, I loved my time with it, y'all. I am so looking forward to this. I cannot explain to you how many quality of life improvements that I saw, how much great things that I saw. It was just fantastic. This thing is amazing. I cannot wait till it comes out. But now I want to hear from y'all. What do you think about this? Let me know if you're looking forward to it. And as always, have a good day.